since she was banished. What did she do to deserve so terrible a punishment?
Something awful. She married a mortal.
Oh! Isn't it judicious to marry a mortal?
Injudicious? It strikes at the root of the whole fairy system. By our laws, the fairy who marries a mortal dies.
But Iolanthe didn't die.
No, because your queen, who loved her with a surpassing love, commuted her sentence to penal servitude for life, on condition that she left her husband and never communicated with him again.
That sentence of penal servitude she is now working out on her head at the bottom of a stream.
Yes, but when I banished her, I gave her all the pleasant places of the earth to dwell in. I'm sure I never intended that she should go and live at the bottom of a stream. It makes me perfectly wretched to think of the discomfort she must have undergone.
Think of the down, and her chest was always delicate.
And the frogs. Oh, I never shall enjoy any peace of mind until I know why Iolanthe went to live among the frogs.
Why not someone in Alaska?
Why? Because if I set eyes on her, I should forgive her at once.
Well, then why not forgive her? 25 years! It's a long time.
Think how we loved her.
Loved her? What was your love to mine? Why, she was invaluable to me. Who taught me to curl myself inside a buttercup? Iolanthe. Who taught me to swing upon a goblet? Iolanthe. Who taught me to dive into a dewdrop, to nestle in a nutshell, to gamble upon gossamer? Oh, Iolanthe.
She certainly did surprising things.
Oh, why not give her back to us over for your sake, not for us?
Oh, I should be strong, but I'm weak. I should be marble, but I am clay. Her punishment has been heavier than I intended, and I did not mean that she should live among the frogs. And, well, oh, it shall be as you wish. It shall be as you wish. Iolanthe, through my door.
Arcadian shepherd, and he loves Phyllis, a ward in chancery.
A mere shepherd, and he, half a fairy.
He's a fairy down to the waist, but his legs are mortal.
Really?
I confess I should like to see a person who is a fairy down to the waist, but whose legs are mortal.
Nothing easier, for here he comes.
Good morrow, good mother. Good mother, good mother. By some means or other, they banish your sorrow. With joy beyond telling my cause, and if willing so join in a measure that's blessed of pleasure. For I'm to be married today, today. Yes, I'm to be married today.
Yes, he's to be married today, today. Yes, he's to be married today.
Then the Lord Chancellor has at last given his consent to your marriage with his beautiful ward, Phyllis.
Not he indeed. To all my tearful prayers he answered me, a shepherd lad is no fit outfit to a ward in chancery. I stood in court, and there I sang him songs of Arcady, with guitar accompaniment. At first he seemed amused, so did the bar. But, quickly wearying of my song and play, bade me get out. A servile usher then, in crumpled robes and lusty bombazine, led me still twanging into Chancery Lane. I'll go no more. I'll marry her today and brave the upshot, be it what it may.
Strephon, rejoice with me. My queen has pardoned me.
Pardon you, mother, what then? This is good news indeed.
And these ladies are my beloved sisters.
Your sisters? Why, then they are my aunts.
Pleasantries of news for your bride on her wedding day.
My bride knows nothing of my fairyhood. I dare not tell her lest it frighten her. She thinks me mortal and prefers me so.
Your fairyhood doesn't seem to have done you much good.
Much good? My dear aunt, it's the curse of my existence. What's the use of being half a fairy? My upper half can creep through a keyhole. But what's the use of that when my legs are left kicking behind? I can make myself invisible down to the waist. But that's of no use when my legs remain exposed to view. My brain is a fairy brain, but from the waist down I'm a gibbering idiot. My upper half is immortal, but my lower half grows older by the day, and sooner or later will surely die of old age.
I see.
What's to become of my upper half when I've buried my lower half? Well, I really don't know.
Poor fellow!
I see your difficulty, but with a fairy brain, you should seek an intellectual sphere of action. Let me see. I've a borough or two at my disposal. Would you like to go into Parliament?
A fairy member, that would be delightful.
I'm afraid I should do no good there. You see, down to the waist, I'm a Tory of the most determined description. But my legs are a couple of confounded radicals, and on a division, they'd be sure to take me into the wrong lobby. You see, they're 2 to 1, which is a strong working majority.
Don't let that distress you. You shall be returned as a liberal conservative, and your legs shall be our peculiar care.
I see your majesty does not do things by halves.
No, we are fairies down to the feet.
I call us and we'll come.
expect me to wait 2 years.
Oh no, you're quite right. What is reasonable?
Besides, who knows what may happen in 2 years? Why, you might fall in love with the Lord Chancellor himself in that time.
The Lord Chancellor is certainly a keen old gentleman.
That it is. Half the House of Lords are sighing at your feet.
The House of Lords are certainly extremely attentive.
Attentive? I should think they were. Why did 25 liberal peers come down to shoot over your grass plot? Don't tell me it was the Sparrows. And why did 25 Conservative peers come down to fish your pond? Don't tell me it was the goldfish. No. Delays are dangerous. And if we are to be married, the sooner the better.
To
has no kind of fault nor flaw, and I, my lord, am one of the law. The constitutional guardian, I am pretty young wards in council, for very agreeable girls, and none are over the age of 21. A pleasant occupation for arouse the sacrament chancellor. A pleasant occupation for arouse the sacrament chancellor. But though the compliment implied inflates me with legitimate pride, it nevertheless can't be denied that it has its inconvenient side. But I'm not so old and I'm not so thin, and I'm quite prepared to marry. Would there be the dues to pay the laws if I fell in love with one of my wards? His father tries my temper for I'm such a susceptible chancellor. His father tries his temper for I'm such a susceptible chancellor. And everyone who'd marry a ward must come to me for my approval. And in my court I sit all day, giving agreeable girls away. One for him, and one for you, and one for you, and one for me, and one for thou, and one for thee, but never, oh never, a one for me. Which is exasperating for a highly susceptible chancellor. Which is exasperating for a highly susceptible chancellor. And now, my lord, for the business of the day, by all means, Phyllis, who is a ward of court, has so powerfully affected your lordships that you have appealed to me in a body to give her to whichever one of you she may think proper to select. And the noble lord has just gone to her cottage to request her immediate attendance. It would be idle to deny that I myself had the misfortune of being singularly attracted by this young person. My regard for her is rapidly undermining my constitution. 3 months ago, I was a tall man. I need say no more. If I could reconcile it with my duty, I should unhesitatingly award it to myself, for I can conscientiously say that I know no man who is so well suited to render her exceptionally happy. That such an award would be open to misconstruction, and therefore, at whatever personal inconvenience, I waive my claim.
My lord, I desire on the part of this house to express its sincere sympathy with your lordship's most painful position.
I thank your lordships. The feelings of a Lord Chancellor are not to be envied. I mean, what is his position? Can he give his own consent to his own marriage with his own ward? Can he marry his own ward without his own consent? And if he marry his own ward without his own consent, can he commit himself for contempt in his own court? Oh, and if he commit himself for contempt in his own court, can he appear by counsel before himself to move for the arrest of his own judgment? Ah, my lords, it is indeed painful to have to sit upon a woolsack which is stuffed with such forms as these.
My lords, I have much pleasure in announcing that I have succeeded in inducing the young person to present herself at the bar of this house. party of birch, in a frenzy of love and devotion. If you ask us distinctly to say what party we claim to belong to, we reply without doubt or delay, the party we sing this song to. If you ask us distinctly to say, we reply without doubt or delay, the party we claim to belong to is the party we sing this song.
I go by nature's Act of Parliament. The bees, the trees, the seas, the brooks, the rooks, the gales, the vales, the fountains and the mountains cry out, "You love this maiden! Take her! We command you!" 'Tis written in heaven by the bright barbed dart that leaps into lurid light from each grim thundercloud. The very rain pours forth its sad and sodden sympathy. When chorus nature bids me take my love, shall I reply? Nay, but a certain Lord Chancellor forbids it. Sir, you are England's Lord Chancellor, but are you Chancellor of the birds and the trees, King of the wind, Prince of the thunderclouds?
No. It's a nice point. I don't think that I've ever come across it before. But my difficulty is that at present there is no evidence before the court that chorus nature has interested herself in the matter.
No evidence? You have my word for it. I tell you that she bade me take
But
my...
you mustn't tell us what she told you. It's not evidence. Now, an affidavit from a thunderstorm, or a few words of note from a heavy shower, would meet with all the attention they deserve.
And have in the heart to apply the prosaic rules of evidence to a case that bubbles with poetical emotion.
Distinctly. And I have always kept my duties strictly before my eyes, and it is to that fact that I owe my advancement to my present distinguished position. When I went to the bar as a very young man, said I to myself, said I'll work on a new, original plan, said I to myself, said I'll never assume that a rogue or a thief is a gentleman worthy implicit belief, because his attorney has sent me a brief, said I to myself, said I. Ere I go into court, I will read my brief through, said I to myself, said I, and I'll never take work I'm unable to do, said I to myself, said I, my learned profession I'll never disgrace by taking a few with a grin on my face, when I have to be there to attend to the case, said I to myself, said I. I'll never throw dust in a juryman's eyes, said I to myself, said I. Or hoodwink a judge who is not otherwise, said I to myself, said I. Or assume that the witness is summoned and forced in exchecking Queen's bench for the Queen's divorce, have perjured themselves in the matter of course, said I to myself, said I. In other professions in which men engage, said I to myself, said I, the army, the navy, the church, and the stage, said I to myself, said I, professional licensing carried too far, your chance of promotion might certainly bar, and I fancy the rule might apply to the bar, said I to myself, said I.
Beloved mother, how can I thank you for all the things
mark. She meets him at the dock, inside St. James's Park, and give him more. The prospect was so bright, my heart so strong and sad, may very soon be gladest of the sun. Oh, when the sky is dark, and tempest wrecking along, be patiently and often give me one. I give him one, I give him one.
Oh, traitors, you do not dead, and hold to the symbol in the heart of fire, and worship the blind, he worships another.
Ascend to me kindly this lady, my mother.
This lady's is what?
This lady is my mother. This lady is what? She says it is his mother.
What means this mirth unseemly, and shakes the listening earth?
The joke is good extremely, and justified on mirth.
This gentleman is seen a maid of 17, and taking a Miss Dolce Farniente. And what does he achieve? For he asks to believe she's his mother, and he's nearly 25.
But recollect yourself, I pray, and be careful what you say, as it is true, said resting momenting. For I do not see how so young a girl would be the mother of a man of 25.
My lord, of evidence I have no doubt. She has been my mother from my birth. Babyhood upon her lap I lay, within her foot she moistened my clay. Had she withheld the succor she supplied, by hand and when your Strephon might have died.
And that refreshment been denied. Indeed, our Strephon might have died.
And that refreshment been denied, indeed our Strephon might have died. But as she's not his
lend to my aid. The lady of my love has got me talking to another.
Oh, fine, and Strephon is a rogue.
I tell her very plainly that the lady is my mother.
Taradiddle, toll-on-lay.
You won't believe my statement, I declare she must be parted, because in that career, double dealing I've started. I guess I have to on a reason with love is hard.
Taradiddle, toll-on-lay.
That fatal prophecy of the scandal's world any mother. I didn't see her face, but did they fondle one another? And she but 17, I don't believe it was his mother. Taradiddle,
I have often had a view for a third-rate dispute of a study which is English for a plenty. But all I ever heard is she much more concerned, for she's 17 and he's 520.
She is 17 and he is only 520. Oh, fine, and Strephon is a rogue.
Now listen, pray to me, for this paradox will be carried nobody at all contradicente. Her age upon the date of his birth is -8, if she's 17 and he is 5 and 20.
She is 17 and he is only 520. His mother is an utter folly. Oh, fine, now Strephon is a rogue. Perhaps his great silent and his very melancholy. Taradiddle, toll-on-lay. I wouldn't say a word that could be reckoned as injurious, but to find a mother younger than her son is very curious. And that's the kind of mother that is sure to raise furious. Taradiddle, toll-on-lay.
Go away, madam, I should say, madam, you display, madam, shocking taste. It is rude, madam, to intrude, madam, your rude, madam, brazen face. You compare, madam, to fear, madam, with a bear, madam, and one. Go where, madam, what you dare, madam, so take care, madam, and be gone.
Let us say, madam, let us say, madam, let us say, madam, shocking taste. It is rude, madam, to allude, madam, to your rude, madam, brazen face. You are fear, madam, you are fear, madam, you are dear, madam, this is one. They will stare, madam, when aware, madam, what they dare, madam, what they've done.
By these lonely mortals, I will watch from fairy portals.
this for Gary. I'm in a nice quandary of hasty tone with dames unknown. I ought to be more chary. It seems the tree's a fairy from Anderson's library, and I took one for the proprietor top of a lane. Sent me there.
We took her for the proprietor of a lady's seminary.
When next your houses do assemble, you may tremble.
Our wrath, when gentlemen offend us, is tremendous.
They meet who underrate our calling, doom appalling. Take down our sentence as we speak it, and he shall read it. Henceforth strength cast away, crooks and bites and rings so gay, frogs and birds that bleat and low, into Parliament you shall go.
Into Parliament he shall go, and find us supreme authority. He'll command a large majority. Into Parliament, 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 he shall go. Into Parliament he shall go. Into Parliament, 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 he shall go. Into Parliament he shall go.
In the parliamentary hive, liberal law console and drive. Whig or Tory, I don't know, but into Parliament you shall go.
Into Parliament he shall go, and find a supreme authority. He'll command a large majority. Into Parliament, he shall go. Into Parliament he shall go. Into Parliament, Parliament, he shall go. Into Parliament he shall go.
Every bill and every measure that may gratify his pleasure, though your fury it arouses, shall be passed by both your houses. You shall sit if he sees reason through the grouse and salmon season. He shall end the cherished rights you enjoy on Friday nights. He shall prick that annual blister, marriage with deceased wife's sister.
Mercy!
Titles shall ennoble then all the common councilmen.
Spare us!
Peers shall
through everything. Tonight is the second reading of his bill to throw the peerage open to competitive examination.
And he'll carry it too.
Carry it? Of course he will. He's a parliamentary Pickford. He carries everything.
That's our fault.
The deuce it is.
Yes, we influence the members and compel them to vote just as he wishes them to.
It's our system. It sharpens the defense.
Yes, but think of what it all means. I don't so much mind for myself, but with a house of peers with no grandfathers worth mentioning, the country must go to the dogs.
I suppose it must.
I don't want to say a word against brains. I have great respect for brains. I often wish I had some myself. But with a house of peers composed exclusively of people of intelligence, what's to become of the House of Commons?
I never thought of that.
This comes of women interfering with politics. It so happens that if there is an institution of Great Britain which is not susceptible of any improvement at all, it is the House of Peers.
Oh no!
Phyllis is so strong. We're not all as tough as you are.
Tough? Do you suppose that I am insensible to the effects of manly beauty? Look at that man. A perfect picture. Who are you, sir?
P.C. Willis, number 452, Metropolitan Police.
You're a very fine fellow, sir.
I am generally admired.
I can quite understand it. Now, here is a man whose physical attributes are simply godlike. That man has the most extraordinary effect upon me. But if I yielded to natural impulse, I should fall down and worship that man. But I mortify this inclination. I wrestle with it, and it lies beneath my feet. That is how I treat my regard for that man.
position, it would be hardly delicate to toss up. On the whole, we would rather leave it to you.
Why should it concern me? You are both earls, you are both rich, and you are both plain.
So we are. At least, I am.
So am I.
No.
I am indeed very plain.
Well, I suppose you are.
There's nothing to choose between you. Now, if one of you would forego his title, distribute his estates amongst his Irish tenantry, well, then I would see a reason to choose the other.
Talon, are you prepared to make this sacrifice?
No.
Not even to oblige a lady?
No, not even to oblige a lady.
Then the only question is, which of us shall give way to the other? I think on the whole she would be happier with me. I don't know, I may be wrong.
No, I don't know that you are. I really think she would. But the awkward part of the thing is that if you rob me of the girl of my heart, we must fight, and one of us must die. It's a family tradition I have sworn to respect. It's a painful position, but I have a very strong regard for you, George.
My dear Thomas.
You are very dear to me, George. We were boys together. At least, I was. If I were to survive you, my existence would be hopelessly empty.
Then, my dear Thomas, you must not do it. I say it again and again. If it will have this effect upon you, you must not do it. No, if one of us is to destroy the other, let it be me.
No.
Ah, yes. By our boyish friendship, I implore you.
Well, be it so. But no, I cannot consent to an act which would give you a week's uneasiness on my account.
But it would not last a week. I like you very much, but not perhaps as much as you like me.
George, you're a noble fellow, but that telltale tear betrays you. No, George, you are very fond of me, and I cannot consent to give you a week's uneasiness on my account.
But it would not last a week. Remember, you lead the House of Lords. On your demise, I shall take your place. Oh, my dear Thomas, it would not last again.
No, I do hope you're not going to fight over me. It's really not worthwhile.
Well, I don't believe it is.
Nor I. The sacred ties of friendship are paramount.
But at thy name, incur your blame. The things are few I would not do in friendship's name.
And I may say I think the same. Not even love should rank above to friendship's name.
Friend, let me find nothing, forget
hopeless love, my ardent soul encumbers. Love, nightmare-like, lies heavy on me chest, and weaves itself into my midnight slumber. When you're lying awake with a dismal headache and repose is tabooed by anxiety, I conceive you may use and in language you choose to indulge in without impropriety. For your brain is on fire and the bedclothes conspire at the usual slumber to blunt you. First a counterpane goes, then a cosy it toes, and your sheets slip demurely from under you. Then the blanket tickles you feel like a twinkle so terribly sharp as a pricking. And you're hot and you're truss and you tumble and dust till there's nothing to issue but the ticking. Then the bedclothes all creep to the ground in ache, and you pick them all up in a tangle. Next your pillow resigns and politely declines to remain at its usual angle. But you get some repose in the form of the nose of the eyeballs of hell ever painting, and your slumbering keeps in a horrible dream that you very much better believe. When you dream you are crossing the channel and tossing about on the steamer from Harwich, which is somewhere between a large raiding machine and a very small second-class carriage, and you're giving a treat when the icicle meet to a party of friends and relations. They're a ravenous home and they all get on board us from Square South End to the station. And bound that journey you'll find your journey will start that morning from Devon. He's a bit undersized and you don't feel surprised when he tells you he's only 11. Well, you're driving like mad with this singular lad, by and by the ship's now formula, and you're playing round games when he calls that engine, you tell him the tide's been a dealer. Well, this you can't stand, so you probe your hand and you're feeling as cold as an icicle, in your shirt and your soft black silk gold nostrils and solitary playing on a bicycle. And he and the crew are on bicycles too, which they've somehow or other invested in, and he's telling the tars all the particulars of a company he's interested in. It's a scheme of devices for getting no bicycle copies on cables, which tickle the sailors by treating retailers as though they were all vegetables. You'll get him space in the trunks, trading on first thing with his boots and a blue tree, and his next table and his fingers will shoot, and blossom of blood like a fruit tree. From the greengrocer's tree you get bread and green tea, cauliflower, pineapple and cranberry. From the face of a grand cherry brandy, well, pineapple, blossom, big balls and cranberry. The shell of a penny and ever so many are taken by a strawberry, and just a few other wait for the sun and despair. Chancellor has reason to envy the position of another, but I am free to confess that I would rather be two earls engaged to Phyllis than any other half-dozen noblemen on the face of the globe.
Yes, it's an enviable position when you are the only one.
Oh yes, no doubt, most enviable. At the same time, seeing you thus, we naturally say to ourselves, this is very sad. His lordship is constitutionally blithe as a bird. He trills upon the bench like a thing of song and gladness. His series of judgments in F-sharp minor, given andante in 6/8 time, are among the most remarkable effects ever observed in the Court of Chancery. He is perhaps the only living instance of a judge whose degrees have received the honour of a double encore. How can we bring ourselves to do that which will deprive the Court of Chancery of one of its most attractive features?
I feel the force of your remarks, but I am here in two capacities. And they clash, my lords, they clash. I deeply grieve to say that in the application to myself, I presume to address myself in terms which render it impossible for me ever to apply to myself again. Oh, it was a most painful scene, my lords, most painful.
This is what it is to have true capacity. Let us be thankful that we are persons of no capacity whatever.
Come, come. Remember, you are a very kind and justly old gentleman, and you need have no hesitation in approaching yourself, so that you do so respectfully and with a proper show of deference.
Oh, do you think so?
I do.
Oh, now then, I will nerve myself to another effort. And if that fails, well, I resign myself to my fate.
If you go in, you're sure to win. Yours will be the charming lady, be your lord, the ancient sword, fate on never won, the lady, never, 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 fate on never won, the lady. Every journey has an end, when there was a friend to mend. God, the Lord, days I ask for your horse and don't say die.
He who shied at such a prize is not worth a man of lady. Be so kind to bear in mind, fate on never won the lady.
Never, 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 fate on never won the lady. While the sunshine fades your pain, where the wind is there the way, we'll the lion in his lair, none but the brave deserve the fair.
I'll take heart and make a start, though I fear the prospect shade. Much I spend to gain my end, fate on never won the lady.
Never, 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 fate on never won the lady. Nothing ventured, nothing win, what is in with what is in. In for a penny, in for a pound, it's love that makes the world go round. Nothing ventured, nothing win, what is in with what is in. In for a penny, in for a pound, it's love that makes the world go round. I suppose one ought to enjoy oneself in Parliament when one leads both parties as I do. But I'm miserable. Poor, broken-hearted fool that I am. Oh, Phyllis! Phyllis!
Yes?
Ah, Phyllis. But I suppose I should say, my lady. I have not yet been informed which title your ladyship is pleased to select.
I haven't quite decided. You see, I have no mother to advise me.
No, I have.
Yes, a young mother.
Not very. Couple of centuries or so.
Oh, she wears well.
She does. She's a fairy.
Beg your pardon, what?
Oh, I've no longer any reason to conceal the fact. She's a fairy.
Fairy? Well, then that could account for a good many things. Suppose you're a fairy.
I'm half a fairy.
Which half?
The upper half. Down to the waist.
Dear me, there's nothing to show for it.
Don't do that.
Why didn't you tell me?
Well, I thought you would take a dislike to me, but ours is all
change your minds. We'll get married first.
And change your minds after.
Well, that's the usual course.
If we're weak enough to tarry ere we marry, you and I, of the feeling I incline, you may tire by and by. All the fears flowing, coffee, maker, on with that and wine. I am sure we should not tarry ere we marry, you and I.
Engaged to Phyllis. At first I wouldn't hear of it. Oh no, it was out of the question, but I took heart. I pointed out to myself that I was no stranger to myself, that in point of fact, I had been personally acquainted with myself for some years. This had its effect. I admitted that I had watched my professional advancement with considerable interest, and I handsomely added that I yielded to no one in admiration for my private and professional virtue. This was a great point gained. I then endeavoured to work upon my feelings, will conceit my joy when I distinctly perceived a tear glistening in my own eye. Eventually, after a severe struggle with myself, I reluctantly, most reluctantly, consented.
I come in
craftsman to make a suggestion. The subtleties of the legal mind are equal to the emergency. Ah, yes, the thing is really quite simple. As the insertion of a single word will do it. Let it stand that every fairy shall die who don't marry mortal. And there you are, out of your difficulty at once.
We like your humour very well. P.C. Willis.
Ah,
To save my life, it is necessary that I marry at once. How should you like to be a fairy policeman?
well, ma'am, I don't think much of the British Bobby who wouldn't ill-convenience himself to save a female in distress.
You're a very brave fellow. Oh. You're a fairy from this moment. And you, my lords, how say you? Will you join our ranks?
Well, now that the house appears to be recruited entirely from persons of intelligence, I really don't see what use we are down here, do you, Talona?
None whatever.
Good. Then away we go to Fairyland.
Soon as we make up and away, we'll go dance a journey. Happy are we, as you can see, everyone is now a fairy. Everyone is now a fairy. Boys and gentle those we know, to sing songs to every boy. In a room wide and brave to breathe, in a room close to every street. Boys and gentle those we know, to sing songs to every boy. In a room wide and brave to breathe, in a room close to every street.
Up in the sky, ever so high, pleasures come in endless sea. We will arrange happy exchange, house of peers for house of peers.
Fairies, 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 house of peers for house of peers.
Up in the air, sky high, free from wars and chancellor.
I will be surely happier for I'm such a susceptible chancellor.
Up in the air, sky high, free from wars and chancellor high. You'll be surely happier for in such a susceptible chancellor.
Thank you.